Today is a very freaking special day. It's the middle of the day for a lot of us, but no judgment if you want to have champagne. I have a very fall sense, real time, if you're watching this live, which I'm guessing most of you are. I have a very fall festive drink. I have sparkling apple cider and I'm putting it on ice. Vibes in a very spooky cup. It's like my snake cup. Cheers before we start. Welcome to everybody. I would love to see the hype. I'm going to be on with you guys live. This is a premiere video, but Andre and I and the entire Daily Grind team are on right now. Cheers to you guys. I'm a little bit nervous. The big news today, and we wavered as to like, do we have Andre on? Do we have the whole team on? Like, what do we do? Andre was one that was like, take the video, do it. We're all going to be on live with you, but do the video. And I was like, okay. So the nerves are real. Mostly because I've been keeping like a teeny tiny kind of big secret. I almost feel like I've been fibbing for like a really long time. So there is a lot to share today. We still have to go through day 21. So today is your 3-week mark. How are you feeling with everything? Are you excited? Are you hyped? Are you feeling the feels? How's your confidence level? How did your glow up go over the past couple weeks? And like, I know we're into the second half of this. We're going to start talking about big dreams and making your goals happen and making bank and all of that. But how are you feeling? Like just a little internal check-in. Yes, part of me is stalling. Take a sip, but I do want to allow everybody to get on live and to hang out with us and to chat, and I'll just spill all the beans. I feel like I can spill almost all beans today. And then in like a week from now, I can unveil Christmas. So yeah, I can spill everything. It's a never-ending spillage of beans over here with me. I'm just like, let me tell you all the things. So we've been going through 21 days now of changing your life, knowing your worth. And this stemmed, truthfully, last year, a year ago, this time, we started a series. It was the Know Your Worth series. It was a 31-day challenge, and it really stemmed from my own experience of not just glowing up and stepping into my confidence, but believing in my ability to take the lead in my own life, to create a beautiful life, to say no to certain things, to start setting some really strong boundaries, and to start writing just the next chapter in my life and what I wanted and what I knew that I could achieve. And I became very inspired by this concept. And this is where I feel like I've been lying to you guys for like a really long time, it feels like. Every single day, whenever I say, oh, I have my notes in front of me, I didn't have notes in front of me at all. And I'm so curious if there's any guesses as to what I'm talking about. Because the other thing that I feel like I guess you could call it fibbing. I guess you could call it like a little bit of an optical illusion. The thing that the big news has been sitting behind me this entire time. Cheers. Any guesses? This is like your last chance to guess. Are you ready? Are you excited? Are you freaking out? No, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let me grab it and let me show you. So what has been sitting behind me on my coffee table this entire time is the Know Your Worth book. This has taken me over a year to write. I have kept it. It's probably one of the biggest secrets that I've ever kept. I have dropped a couple little hints to it as I was working on it, and then I just started to go kind of incognito about it and not say anything to anybody. But I'm kind of exceptionally proud of this thing. It is a coffee table book. She's beautiful. It's bound in a vegan leather, so it's fancy. And I wanted it to be aesthetically pleasing, but also with a little nod of magic. So it is the Know Your Worth book, Glow Up and Make Bank. Let's go through it, shall we? Quickly? No, maybe not so quickly. Are you guys freaking out? I wish I could go ahead a few days and just see your comments live and your freak out levels. Let's read the first page. So I have a dedication page, a little behind the scenes. My parents are actually coming over tonight for dinner, and I'm gonna show them the book. Hold tight. So this is the first page. This is a dedication. I wrote a workbook over a year ago called the Dream Life Blueprint Workbook. It was one of I think it's still to this day, the most popular single item at the Daily Grind. And this is kind of like the big brother of it. So there was so many questions of, is there going to be a Blueprint 2.0? And I was like, no, the Blueprint is its own entity. And as I was writing this, I'm like, they have no idea how much better is coming. So in that one, the dedication was to Andre, just about, always believing in me and all this stuff. So this one is dedicated to my parents. All right. Dedication. If there's one thing I've gotten really good at over the course of my life, it's knowing my worth. I don't back down or buckle when something or someone goes against my core values. I know what is right and what is wrong, and I don't waver. I believe in myself and the gifts I was born with. I know that if I work at any task with enough focus and dedication, I can figure it out. I never settle for maybe it just wasn't meant to be, or better luck next time, or it's good enough. Those phrases are not embedded into my DNA. I know to the depths of my soul that I will have a beautiful life. Even when things get difficult, it will always work out for the best. I know that I am resourceful and a capable woman. I never half-assed chase a goal that meant a lot to me or to my family. One motto in our house growing up was go big or go home. I need to practice for tonight. We love big, we work big, and we dream big, and we never settle. To my parents, mom and dad, thank you for always believing in me when embarking on any new endeavor I take on. From childhood into adulthood, your love and life lessons have always been appreciated. Thank you for your guidance and the subtle nudges in the right direction when I needed them. Most of all, thank you for always beaming with pride. It made it a lot less scary to sometimes try, fall, and fail when I knew I had two of my biggest fans cheering me on. I've picked myself up and tried again so many times because of you. So thank you. I know I get my drive and tenacity from you both and my self-worth because of the way that you raised me and continue to believe in me. I love you, Angie. Now that we've got through that, this entire book is 12 chapters. They're split into two halves. So the first half is all about the glow up. Glow up, chapter 1, big goals, chapter 2, your color quiz, chapter 3, your time, chapter 4, lucky you, chapter 5, and then your game plan is on chapter 6. Then the second half is make bank. So chapter 7 is make bank. Chapter 8 is to dream big. Chapter 9 is your worth. Chapter 10 is side hustle. Chapter 11 is how to brand yourself. And chapter 12 is your game plan. So let me show you. The entire book is printed in color. Each of these 12 chapters is color coordinated to each of the different personalities. So if you know our different moods, they're all 12 chapters are colored to those. They're a vibe. So the first chapter is your glow up. It's very aesthetic and it's matte, so you can write on it, but we're going to have an option for you if you're kind of like me and you're like, I don't really want to write in this beautiful book. We'll have an option for you. I'm spilling all the beans. So let me share. I'm just going to read one more part of this and I'll just give you like a quick little run through of this book, and I'm going to do my best to stop crying. I think that the amount of love, effort, and just, I would say, growth pains that came from reading this book and just the stuff that I had to endure in silence, which I feel like now a lot has come to light that Andre and I have shared between what's transpired this entire month and like that Q&A that we did. And so now I hope that a lot has surfaced that you're like, okay, that's where that comes from. So that I can be a little bit less cryptic. But I think that half of this was me just finding my voice. And I think a lot of women can learn from that. Don't silence yourself. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to know your worth. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about this, because it sucks when you don't feel strong enough to say anything, or you're either afraid or scared, or there's a fear of judgment, or you're just afraid to share your true, honest thoughts and what you're going through in life. And I'm here to tell you that you can, and you can do better, and you can stand up and fall and get up again and try again, and it'll be more beautiful than anything that you thought possible. You got to get through the sticky stuff first. So here is the welcome page of the first chapter. So every other chapter, I do a know your worth kind of little spiel as to what knowing your worth really means to me. So here it is. Welcome. Get ready to watch your life transform. This book was written for anyone that is feeling a little or a lot overwhelmed, lost, and even unsure of what their goals are. You are absolutely welcome to dive into this book however you please. You can jump ahead to the chapters that you're dying to dig into, or follow the sequence that I planned out for you. I designed this book to help you set your goals and determine a strong vision for your life right out of the gate. From there, we will figure out exactly what labels have held you back in life. We will then crack the code on productivity by creating the ultimate daily routine for you. The first half of this book will be capped off by compiling everything that you learned into your glow up guide. Get ready to step into your villain era and watch your confidence soar. The second half of this book covers all things making bank, releasing negative relationships with money, getting unstuck, and letting go of your evil twin. We're going to get to that tomorrow. That is holding you back and maybe having you stuck in the imposter syndrome loop. Tap into your income earning potential with marketing and content plans, learn how to create multiple streams of income, and build your side hustle. You'll notice a 31-day challenge included in this to help hold you accountable. Chapters 6 and Chapter 12 have daily challenges that align you with specific pages in this book, as well as in our video series that you're doing right now. By the end of this journey, you'll have a newfound glow and insane clarity on how to make your dreams come true. Now let's go. Take a sip. Are you excited? So I have a little bit of the shakes. A little bit of nerves. So I'm going to show you this as best I can. Obviously, I can't go through everything, but over the past 21 days, we have been going through mostly the first half of the game plan. We've started to go into the second half, but I'm basically taking you through every single day of the book. So this is what the challenge looks like. We have made it to day 21. So today is actually the looking glass. Today's a pretty simple day. We're going to revisit that letter that you wrote in chapter 1. On day 3, we talked about the letter. So let me show you. So this was all those glow up goals that we talked about and how to set that. Remember whenever I said, if your glow up goal is to prioritize protecting your peace. Do you remember that day? And then if your top action idea would be like, okay, let's not work after 5 p.m. And then how you can make that a measurable goal. It's all in here. So this is what I was reading whenever I had the book propped up right here. Well, the other rendition of the book. So you have your month ahead, you have your glow up ideas. And then at the end of every chapter, there's space for notes. And I encourage you to write in this book, but I also understand if you don't want to because it's so pretty. But here's what I envisioned. A workbook / coffee table book that was beautiful enough that you would want to have it on your coffee table, and that in the morning when you're having your coffee or even in the evening that you would feel drawn to grab it, read a little bit a day, and put it back down and maybe revise it just every other day so that it's in front of you and you keep it out on your coffee table. So this is chapter 2. Big goals. And like I said, every single chapter has different coloring. This is like the travel color personality. This is all about your dreams and knowing your worth. I'll read to you like I said, every other chapter has one of these and they're super fun. Knowing your worth, for me, means fighting for what you want sometimes. It doesn't always have to be about everybody else. Frankly, this is usually why so many people feel stuck and unhappy. A lack of vision for your future and forward movement towards your goals lead to unhappiness almost 100% of the time. Putting yourself first and prioritizing what you want to achieve in this life is the key to unlocking so much more in all other areas that you're trying to thrive in. Never let any person, job, thing, or circumstance make you feel unworthy of your dream life. No goal is too big. No goal is impossible. It will take focus. It will take time. It will take hard work, and it will be worth it because you are worth it. In this chapter, stay focused. Take your time and put in the hard work to determine exactly what it is that you want. Not your boss, not your partner, not your kids, not your parents, you. What do you want in this life? It won't be them, it will be you, and only you that make it happen, and my gosh, it will be so worth it. This is knowing your worth. This is understanding that you are capable, you are amazing, you are brilliant, you are gorgeous, you are creative, you are loved, you are equipped. You are strong and you are worth it. You're going to feel the feels going through this book. I'm just telling you. So this took, I think I've already said this, but this process started about this time last year. So I started writing out the layout last October, and I started the real writing process of it in December, of like typing everything out. The designs, every single page is done by me, the writing. And then we had multiple proofreads, multiple renditions, multiple samples go through this book. So it took well over a year to create it. So to say that there's a lot of love put into this is an understatement. So, the color personality quiz that's on our website? Well, there's a bigger one in here that's a lot more in depth with some visuals, and it goes into letting go of all the labels and what each of the color personalities are that we talked about that day that we did the quiz. This is the chapter 4 on your time. So how we talked about setting up your ideal schedule if you were feeling stuck? So that day that I was like, are you feeling stressed, discouraged, you're probably overwhelmed? It takes you through like exactly in like way more in depth than what I had time to share in that one video, but this goes way into it. Your unstuck game plan, setting up a daily routine. So this really goes into your time. And then how we talked about like, are you the lion or the bear? So there is a full schedule for each of them, and then space for you to create your own game plan. This is chapter 5, Lucky You. I love this chapter. I love the aesthetic of this chapter. So, the day that we talked about how to romanticize, all those ideas to romanticize your life, they're all here. Confidence boost, your villain era, the game plan of your villain era. See the little villain mask? Your glow up cheat sheet, your glow up tracker. And then this is what the game plan looks like. So at the end of each half of this book, so chapter 6 is the first half, this is day 1 to day 15. So this is exactly what we've been going through together. So every single day, this is day 1 with the prep and everything that we've been going through. This is what I've been following with you. And then it just refers back to what page in the book to go through. So that's your 31-day challenge. And then we flip the switch. So on chapter 7, we start making bank. Money mindset, we've started talking about this, sucking out the poison. The aesthetics. So when we were talking about sucking all the poison out, this is the poison page. Your vision, finances, getting all that in order, manifestation, your blank checks. So today, this is what we're doing. This is your looking glass page. So take out a blank page for now, unless you're watching this in the future and you have the book, but rewrite out your letter now that you have 21 days under your belt. You probably have a newfound sense of confidence. It will continue to grow. You probably have a different pep in your step than day 1. So try and acknowledge that as to what's shifted, what's changed, and write yourself a letter. It's 1 year in the future. Write it to yourself. Share all the things that have happened and what are you most excited about. This is the Dream Big chapter. This is one of my favorite chapters. This was inspired by my best friend. And we were talking about this book so long ago, it feels. And I asked her, I said, like, as a woman, what's something that you really struggle with, like at work or just in your daily life? And she said, is it weird if I say imposter syndrome? And I was like, no. So we started discussing this. And she said, I almost feel like I kind of fall under different categories of imposter syndrome. So this led to taking, I know you guys love a quiz. So I created an evil twin quiz and there's all these different little monsters and these are like the little evil twins. We're going to go over this. I believe it's tomorrow, but there is like overworked Aldrin, perfectionist Angus. There's like all the little monsters and just how to get past that. Basically, how to say goodbye to that evil twin. There is downplaying Deb and people-pleasing Pat. It's fun, but it's also hugely transformative. Values, figuring out your passion in life and what you want. This is one of the questions I get all the time, so a brain map to do that. We're going to get into that in the future days. Your worth. I created a income calculator. I don't want to read all the pages, but they keep going with the pages that talk about like knowing your worth. So this is a full income calculator as to me doing my best to show you that you're probably asking for less money or demanding less money or less worth from either an employer or a situation or even just a relationship that you're in than you're probably worth. So the goal in that is to show you like you're worth more by the hour. Content machine, if you're wanting to get better at posting on social media and just how to have more time to do that on the side, even if it's just as a hobby to like write a blog, how to do that. Your content plan. I've been talking about the digital detox. I've been following the digital detox and it is game changing. If you need help, how to delegate and do that properly and how it's less expensive than you think. Your 4-month challenge for your time. This is one of my favorite chapters. I mean, they're all my favorite chapters. This one is like everything that I've learned over the past 10 years put into a condensed amount of pages. So this one's like a little bit spicy. That's why I made this one the red one. So we're talking vision, passive income, inspiration, how to share everything, how to create product, and how to brand yourself. So passive income, what it means is basically, I explain it in here, but making money while you sleep, basically. So to have all these different cogs constantly going. And this is one of my favorite pages. Yes. So I start talking about it on here. There is a full section here. We're going to talk about it on one day, but it's called Influencer Beware. And it is me spilling the tea on every single situation that I have ever been in as a internet person that shares products and dealing with humans and brands and just like these crazy stories of like the crap that I've dealt with. So that's fun. And I just kind of like divulge all of that in here. How to create physical products. So how we create merch, how we have our printed products, how we create something like this, what that looks like, and then how we create digital products. So if you're sitting there thinking, you know, on the day where I said like somebody commented, not in 3 lifetimes could I afford this. This is how you do it. And then how to brand yourself and your products. This page blew me away. So these are all ideas of side hustles. These are streams of income. I used myself as the example and it's very transparent. Will all of them continue to grow or decline or like, have they changed already? Yes. Some have gone up a ton, like the favorite supplements gone up a ton. The network residual income, if you guys saw the Q&A, body shut down, that goes down to nothing. All good because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So when I get asked, What is it that you do for a living? That's how many streams of income I have, and anybody can do it. It's not rocket science, and I did it in a very visual way to be able to allow you to duplicate that, and I have a blank one for you to fill out with your ideas. Then the final chapter before the game plan is the branding quiz. So every single page, like I said, in this book is branded. They all have the coloring, they all have the fonts. But if you've ever wanted to not only identify as like the villain era and try to figure out like, I want to be more of, you know, a sexy mama or whatever it is that you feel like that label you're going to let go of, and you want to brand yourself as that in terms of the way that you write, the way that you display even your Instagram page. But let's say you want to use it for your business. That's what this is for. And I use these rules every single day in the way that I post, in the way that I share. So it takes you through a quiz, but basically I'm going to give you your branding, your mission, your palette, color palette to use, your content of what to post if you have no idea what the heck to post, your muses. So let's say you're just doing this for personal reasons, who to be inspired by, and then even down to what fonts to use. So this we've never shared. This was something originally that I created about, I want to say like 6 years ago, and it went into the vault, and I knew that it one day would come out as a book. So there is the full quiz in here, and then you calculate the tally, and then each color personality has the palette, the font to use, some inspo, the muses. So example, the big dreamer, the muses would be Margot Robbie, Reese Witherspoon, Henry Cavill, Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande. And like the ray of sunshine, which is like the happy-go-lucky one. Your mission would be to uncover the light within you, let it shine bright, and recognize that life can be so joyous. So that would be the mission that you're sharing with your customers or just for yourself. Then you go through your whole branding quiz, and then there's the branding you cheat sheet and what your vibe is. And then you have your game plan for the second half, which is what we are currently going through today, which takes us full circle to day 21, Looking Glass, right here. So today, your goal is to write that letter. What's the date that you're writing it on? Do some meditation before, write out that letter, how you're feeling. And then tomorrow, we're going through the imposter syndrome, and we're going to figure out if you're perfectionist Angus, people-pleasing Pat, overworked Aldrin, procrastinator Earl, or downplaying Deb, or a multitude of all of them. I hope that you guys enjoyed today. Sorry if it was a lengthy one. There was a lot to share. I'm so proud of this. To answer some questions, it will be launching early December. Our goal is that you have this in your possession, either if you want to gift it to yourself for Christmas, to a loved one for Christmas, and of course, to start the new year strong. So that is not lost upon us. It is already on its way to the warehouse, so it will be ready to ship. It will not be a pre-order situation. We will not sell out, as far as I know. I know I always say that, but there's no way that we should sell out. And we're just so proud of this. So thank you for being the inspiration, also like just the cheerleaders and the people that are just so excited and always support this and are always so excited. So cheers to you guys. Cheers to the book launch. I'm so excited. I am thrilled that I don't have to refer to my notes anymore going through the rest of this, and I can just refer to the book and hang out with you guys and chit chat and chill. So we have 1 week left of this. We're going to end it with a bang. On day 31, I will be unveiling some more stuff because I just realized I can spill some tea on day 31 also, totally different than this. So that'll be exciting. And I just can't wait to hang out with you guys and go through this together. So thank you again for being a part of it. Today was a crazy nerve-wracking day to share this. It felt like just unveiling something that I've kept secret for over a year that just has so much love and passion poured into it, and you guys truly are the inspiration. So thank you for caring, and cheers to probably the biggest launch of the year. So I'm super excited, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, dudes.